and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating All Pokemon. I'm Hilda. As you know, I have a cold, so I might sound a bit weird and stuffy, but, you know, get used to it. It will probably be gone soon. I don't know. Might be, but yeah, sound great. It's great. Lovely. Love it. Today we have 5 Pokemon to discuss, and one of them is actually one of my favorite Pokemon from the Unova region, and we're just gonna start right out with that one. It is number 517, Munna. Munna is a weird little pink ball type thing. It can eat your dreams. That's what it feeds on. That's what it lives on. And I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, dreams can be scary or not great. And Munna fixes that by eating them. Now, it can not only eat your dreams, but it can also project your dreams using its dream mist, which comes out of the little thing on its forehead. And I don't know what it is about Munna, but I just really like the way it looks. I find it cute. It has a bit of a strange, weird vibe to it. I usually don't even like pink things, but Munna's pretty dope. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I think it's great. Now, because Munna is a bit of a round boy and it has a bit of a weird little snout thing, people believe that it actually shares the same ancestry as Drowsy and Hypno do, which is pretty cool. Munna's appearance kind of looks like a type of Japanese incense burner named a koro. Is that true? They're like used in tea ceremonies and stuff like that, but there's also a special type of koro that's used to repel insects. Now, that doesn't really have anything to do with Munna, apart from the fact that smoke comes out of it and dream mist comes out of Munna, but the shape of those are like kind of like little pigs, and that's kind of like Munna. Now, just like Drowsy, Munna might also kind of be based on the Baku, which is a top-tier kind of looking yokai or mythological creature that eats your dreams. If you play Yokai Watch, you may have seen one of those. They're terrifying. Munna's name seems to have a lot of origins. Obviously, Munna sounds like moon, and Luna, which is also the moon. The moon shines in the evening, in the night when you sleep. That could be a thing. It may also come from the Japanese word mu, which means dream. But it may also come from mana, which we've discussed before, which is like some type of energy, power. Or Munna, which is Finnish for egg, and it looks like an egg. Now, you figure it out. I'm just gonna go with Munna, as in moon and Luna, because that seems the most logical. And I like logic. I give Munna a 5 out of 5. Now, if you use a Moonstone on Munna, it evolves into Musharna. Now, Musharna is kind of similar, honestly. It's a little bit bigger. It looks like it's wearing pajamas. It is like lying down kind of like a fetus for some weird reason. I don't know, man. This line is just so weird and cool, and I just really like them. Now, unlike Munna, Musharna always has this dream mist thing coming out of its head. It's like always engulfed in the dream mist. If you don't remember, dream mist is the kind of stuff that makes it possible for people to look at the dreams that the Pokemon has eaten. Pokemon Black and White 2 say the dream mist coming from its forehead changes into many different colors depending on the dream that was eaten. I guess it's kind of like an aura type thing. It's usually like kind of pinkish purple though. Now, the origin of Musharna is absolutely pretty much the same as it is for Munna. Not very different things. It does look kind of similar, so it makes sense. Its name comes from musha musha, which is an onomatopoeia for eating, like the sound you make when you're eating, which makes sense because it eats your dreams. And then again, it comes from Luna, which means moon. I guess that makes sense. I don't see the Munna. I don't see the Luna in Musharna, but whatever. I give Musharna a 4 out of 5. Next up is number 519. Pidove. Now, Pidove is based on a pigeon or a dove. It's definitely more based on a pigeon than Pidgey was, because this thing looks exactly like a pigeon. Now, Pidove is known for being not very bright. If you're training a Pidove and you're giving it you give it a command, it might not understand if it's too complicated, and it'll just wait for a new command because it's like, I don't know what you just said, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait until you give me something new to do because I don't get it. I'm dumb. Now, just like regular old pigeons that everybody hates, they sit around on town squares, all of them at the same time, making a lot of noise and pooping everywhere. They're pretty much just pigeons, and I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Pidove. It's kind of funny because I always hear that pigeons are really intelligent animals instead of stupid, but I guess you never see that because they're always just being dumb on the sidewalk. Well, Pidove is based on pigeons and doves, and its name comes from pigeon and dove. Now, isn't that exciting? 3 out of 5. At level 21, Pidove evolves into Tranquill. Now, Tranquill is a very peaceful Pokemon. You can hear it from the name. The name is Tranquill, which comes from the word tranquil and the word quill. Now, Tranquill is a very loyal Pokemon. It might fly far away from its trainer, but will always return to its trainer because, you know, it loves it. It loves him, her, love, and it has a good sense of direction. Apparently, people believe that where the Tranquill lives, which is in a forest, there's no war and it's peaceful, but makes no fucking sense. If you live in a country that is not in war, obviously in the forest there won't be war, but usually when there's war, it will definitely happen in the forest. The fuck, Pokemon? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me, at least. Now, Tranquill's shiny form is one of the most awful things I've ever seen. What the fuck is that? It's very green and gross looking. Might be just as bad as Espeon. It's very bad, very bad. Ugh. Tranquill is also based on pigeons and doves, and it may be mostly based on the homing dove, which is a domestic type of pigeon that always finds its way back to its home. Isn't that cute? The way it looks, though, is kind of like the secretary bird, which is a cool looking bird. So that's good. Yeah. I give Tranquill a 4 out of 5. At level 32, Tranquill evolves into Unfezant. Now, Unfezant has 2 forms, the male form and the female form. Now, the male form is more pretty looking because obviously it has to impress the females, just like actual birds. But the female version is way better at flying. So who's the winner here? I don't know. You figure it out. Pokemon White says, males have plumage on their heads. They will never let themselves feel close to anyone other than their trainers. That is unhealthy, if you ask me. Very unhealthy. But, you know, do you. Unfezant is apparently based on a game bird, which is just a name for different types of birds, such as the green pheasant, turkeys, or tragopans. I don't know what tragopans are, but sounds like a cool name. Sounds like a dinosaur to me. But it also kind of looks like the Great Roadrunner. Meow, meow. My brain is mush. Anna. Unfezant's name may come from unpleasant, or unfazed, or pheasant, or all of the 3. Who the fuck knows? The German name for Unfezant is Fasasnob, which comes from Fasan, which is a pheasant, and Snob. This bitch is a snob, let's be honest. Unfezant gets a 4 out of 5. That was it for today, my dudes. Thank you so much for watching. Munna was also watching us from the back, from my bed. I thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry. You may have noticed that my username on YouTube is now just Hilda because I wanted that. So if you click this video and you're like, who the fuck is this? Then you really have not been looking at my thumbnails lately because they're all the same. Goodbye. Don't forget to tell all your friends about this very great Pokemon channel which teaches you about all of the Pokemon. It's just great. Tell your family and your friends and the internet because apparently they don't know who I am. Goodbye.